Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saranne, founder of the Comedy Cures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. Are you in the middle of treatment and just thinking, how am I ever going to get to the water again? Or how am I ever going to get to nature again? Because it just seems like there's just so many appointments and so many hours in waiting rooms. Well, I am telling you, you have to make it a priority. The studies are so compelling about why being in nature or looking at an ocean or a lake, it's so restorative. And so in the middle of all of this chaos from patient, survivorship, treatment, we really have to prioritize this. There's a staggering study from 2016 that says that for most Americans, they clock in 10 hours in front of technology, 10 hours. So can you imagine going through treatment, how much time that sucks away from us doing other things? And I know a lot of us bring our phones and our iPads and our laptops so that we have something to do while we're waiting in waiting rooms or we're getting treatment. So we're probably even spending more time with technology, but we really need to make taking a walk or hiking in wilderness, or even if you're in a wheelchair, wheeling in wilderness a priority. I read a really interesting article from 2020 on the American Psychological Association's website about the impact of nature. We find that it improves our attention, it lowers our stress level, it puts us in a better mood, it reduces our risk for psychiatric disorder, it helps us improve our empathy and also our cooperation. So the studies are super compelling, whether you're just looking at the sky, you're sitting by a river, you're looking at an ocean, you're walking through a park or a forest, or just hanging out in a green space. All of this really helps us cope. And coping is what we try to do when we're going through cancer treatment or survivorship. Now, a lot of people say, Saranne, I'm inpatient, I'm in a hospital. I can't get out to the ocean. Well, there was an interesting study that actually said listening to ocean sounds can be helpful. You don't even have to go to the ocean. You can just put on ocean sounds from a website, or you can get one of those little machines or get a little app from the App Store that has sounds of nature or sounds of waterfalls or ocean waves. But I started thinking about being in different hospitals, and there always seems to be some kind of a green space, just like a green wall or plants. I would wheel over if you can't walk. I would wheel over to that space several times a day and just kind of hang out with the plants. They're often in the family areas, and with masking now, you'd probably be safe if the doctor says it's okay for you to leave your room. They're often really cool courtyards and terraces in hospitals. You don't know about them unless you ask. But even finding a terrace that you can sit out on if your doctor says it's okay, or sitting in a courtyard where they may have a waterfall would be a great change from just being in your hospital room if you're allowed to leave. The thing that I like about the terrace is that you can get some fresh air, and even a little time in fresh air shows that it improves your mood. Taking a walk even around the hospital and seeing new things besides your room can activate an internal reward system while you're in the hospital. And just exploring the hospital, if you're allowed, can improve your creativity, increase dopamine. Now, if you can take that walk around your neighborhood, that's even more helpful. I know it sounds silly, but seeing your neighbor mowing his or her lawn and waving, or seeing the postal person and waving at them, even this little social engagement has been proven to help. Now, we all know that vitamin D helps our bones, our immune system, our muscles, our cells. So if you're allowed to get a little sunshine, and you should check that out with your doctor, that would be amazing. I was sun sensitive, so I had to be very, very careful about my sun exposure while I was on chemotherapy and radiation. But sunlight in the morning can really help. It's been proven to help you sleep better at night. And I know lots of cancer patients and survivors have issues with sleep. So just getting a little bit of sunshine in the morning can actually help you sleep better at night. Now, Jackie, our resident functional medicine expert, RN, she's really incredible. She's helping me do a health builder series every month through the Comedy Cures Foundation. And every month we're tackling a different topic: gut health, brain health. And we have one that we're doing on sun sense. It's really how to safely be in the sun if your doctor says it's okay, and the benefits of getting sun exposure. So you might want to check that out. Go to the comedycures.org website and look on the front page, scroll down, and sign up for our free health builder workshops. So the studies are super compelling. Not only does being in nature, listening to nature, or even watching nature videos help us with our mood, it also helps our memory. People report just being happier when they've had exposure to nature. Walking in nature can also help impact loneliness and social isolation. So just getting out in nature, even if you're alone, people seem to feel less isolated. So a study out of the United Kingdom actually showed that spending 2 hours in nature during a week promoted greater health and well-being. Now, I'm not sure if you have 2 hours to spend, but instead of throwing the baby out with the bathwater and not doing anything in nature because you don't have 2 hours, let's try to start a micro practice. I really love micro practicing. So maybe it's just a little nature documentary that you watch for a few minutes. Maybe you just put on some nature sounds for a few minutes, and then we work ourselves up to spending much more time in nature. So this is kind of cool. The International Journal of Well-Being reported a hypothesis that since our ancestors evolved in wild settings and relied on the environment for survival, we have an innate drive to connect with nature. So this is kind of cool, because if we can harness this during our treatment and during our survivorship, we're using what our ancient ancestors did to help us survive on the most internal base level of healing. So you know that I'm all about bringing laughter and joy into my treatment or into my survivorship and helping others find the funny in their treatment. But I love this nature idea, because if anything's getting too stressful, you can literally flip on something on your phone or take a little mini mental vacation into nature and recharge yourself while you're sitting in the hospital, or while you're waiting in the doctor's office, or when you get back in the car if you've just heard some bad news. It's not only laughter. This nature idea is pretty cool. Now maybe I have to start a charity called Nature Cures instead of Comedy Cures based on all this research that I read. Wow, pretty amazing. I can just tell you that when I take the time and I hike, even if it's just for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, I feel restored. I'd love to hear how you're using nature. And if you aren't and you start, what this has been like for you. Just go to comedycures.org and hit the record button and let me know, or hit the contact button in the menu and write me a quick note. So I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. It was so great connecting with you today. If you'd like to connect more, go to comedycures.org and check out the Beating Cancer Daily membership levels. It is so fun to meet up with all of you at our many different events. We have live virtual Q&A sessions with me. We have live Comedy Cures comedy events, live Health Builder workshops with Jackie Bryan, RN, and myself, a robust monthly newsletter, plus much more. So just go to comedycures.org and look for the membership level that feels right for you. And don't forget, you can also give one as a gift to your patient if you're a doctor, to a friend, to a family member. It really makes a very unique and personal gift. That's comedycures.org and sign up today. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the Membership Circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.